On here we go and hang on. Okay. Oh, we are.
All right. We are good. We are good. I need to go hit the go live on my Instagram. I think it's happening. All right. We're good.
Going.
Live. We're live. And I don't know, these backgrounds, Danny, I need to have just a nice, real background like yours. But my head isn't.
Well, yeah, a real, like, refrigerator over there. It's not even plugged up. It's fake. It's not fake, but,
it looks so cool.
Mike, Danny K,
It all looks good. It looks so good. Guys, we have had such a great day, and Danny was just on an international Zoom with us. It's been so busy, but we are so excited to do this GLP-1 presentation with you guys again. Danny, feedback from last week. I got so much good feedback and people wanting to know more. Like today, they want us to dive more into the fiber. They want us to dive more into like exactly what you would tell somebody to do. I know we have your meal plan and everything we're going to go into, but guys, we did this presentation last Thursday in the afternoon. This is the first time we're doing it in the evening so that we're getting to everybody who can experience this information, because Danny K is here with us, guys, tonight, and we've got lots to share with you. So I want to get our slides up. But Danny, how you doing today? I know you were celebrating with friends, weren't you?
I'm sorry? I cut you off.
Celebrating with friends earlier, weren't you?
No, I no, nobody could hang out.
Oh,
like
no.
Danny K got friends, but Danny K ain't got no friends, so nobody could hang out. So I just stayed here at the gym and got the trash together. Did all the other things. Did the non glorified things as a gym owner. Because I own, I wear like I don't know 10 hats. So I got the cleaned up, got the trash together, took the trash out. Got on an international phone call, Zoom,
Did all of the amazing stuff that a Danny K does in her day.
Changed my shirt. I had my Morgan Wallen shirt on. I was like, you know what? I'm putting on my New You Life shirt.
I like that shirt. Did you customize that? Because I know you like to get the t-shirts into tank tops, but did you buy it that way?
No, it always looks like I did it when we were in Mexico. Was it Jeff? Was it Steve or was it Stony? One of them was like, "Oh my God, how did you get a sleeveless shirt?" I'm like, "I cut it. And I got the sleeves off." They're like, oh, "It looks so perfect. It looks like that's how it was bought." I was like, "Yeah, no."
You know where that perfect cut is somehow.
Girl, I have been doing this for probably 34 years. And literally, like, here's the secret behind the secret. I take my finger and my pinky, and it's from like the ring and out, and it's 4 fingers and a smidge, and just cut it down the.
Oh, there we go. Now you guys have a customizing your clothes tip tonight too, on top of it all. I did not know that. If I would have tried to do it, it would have been like scraggly. They would have both been uneven. So I love that. You know what you reminded me of, because guys, I'm going to share with you who Danny is, though. So stay tuned for the next slide. But she is the Jillian Michaels of Maryland, right? Like she is that type of a trainer. And I fell in love with Jillian Michaels like years ago. I would do her 30-day shred and the full body and all of that and boost your metabolism. And she would say in one of those ones, I don't even know which one, but she was like, your arms are the only part of your body that everybody's going to see naked all the time. So make them look good. So Danny K's got the arms where it's like, I'm not wearing a t-shirt. Right? Why would you wear a t-shirt? You work too hard for those arms.
Right.
So guys, tonight we're going to hang out with you for about a half an hour tonight. We have such a fun presentation. We got such great feedback from it last week, and we want to share it with you again tonight. And it's going to be in January. You're going to see pretty much the same information, but invite your friends, invite your people to hear this. We're having real talk conversations about GLP-1. And Danny, on one of our training calls that we do with our teams, one week said how she was she's always furthering her education. She was like, I'm learning a new way to eat that gives the same results as the GLP-1 injections that people are getting. And I was like, wait, what? So that title at the very top is me actually saying that to you, like, wait, what? We have to do presentations on this. So, guys, we're talking about a world full of needles and fears and quick fixes and stuff like that. Honestly, Danny, it's so funny because last night I had a dream about having to take a needle. And it was like, that's how fearful I am of needles, right? And we know that, guys, there's side effects to things. And there's other ways, and we want to share that with you. But tonight we're sharing a totally natural way of how you can get the same results, if not better, because you're going to have longer health. You're going to have a longer life. You're not going to have those nasty side effects. But I want to introduce you guys to Danny K, because this isn't about me. This is about Danny. Danny is Danny Knight, better known as Danny K. I don't even know how many times I call you Danny Knight. And she's the owner of Danny K Gym and Wellness and is a trusted voice in fitness. People go to her all the time, guys. She's a high-level personal trainer, and people seek her out because she gets results. So after years of helping clients through traditional training and nutrition, she focuses on supporting overall wellness, energy, and hormone balance. She has added a whole hormonal component to her business where she's helping women through the perimenopause and menopause and postmenopause parts of their lives to really start to feel like a normal human being again, at the same time getting into their best bodies ever. So she focuses on adults over 40 mostly, and she teaches more smarter and sustainable approaches to health. So this conversation tonight started with that one conversation a couple of weeks ago, and we start up this conversation with what is GLP-1. We are all looking at these Ozempic and the whatever. There's so many different names for these things now. I don't even know what they are. But when I said to Danny, I'm like, well, what is GLP-1? And what was your response?
I don't even know. I don't even know. No, because again, like anybody who knows anything about me, if I don't believe in it, I'm not even going to look into it.
Right.
If it doesn't sit right with me, if it doesn't sit right in my heart, it doesn't sit right in my gut, I'm not going to look at it. If it was all natural, I would look at it. Even if it was a shot, I would still look at it if it was all natural. But obviously it's synthetic. Obviously you're trying to mimic something. And I mean, I barely put ibuprofen in my body, right? I don't go to I had a car accident. I broke my hand. Everybody's like, you need to go to the doctors. Nope, not going. I know what I did. I broke my hand. I just won't use it. And eventually I put a splint on it because I kept bumping it, and it was hurting. Or I'd go and shake somebody's hand, like, don't squeeze my hand yet.
Right.
And so I wore that just as a reminder. Hey, watch your hand. I mean, you do you with the doctors and all that stuff. You do whatever, but I've never been one to go to the doctors. I don't go, and I just don't. Years ago, let's say like back in, I think it was like 88, 89 or whatever, I was in a very bad car accident, and I went to the doctor, and they gave me muscle relaxers. I'm like, you give me a muscle like, no, that's it. I'm not doing that. I'll deal with the pain. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll do stretches and whatever. So yeah, so I mean, but I mean, not to knock anybody. Like I said, you do what you do. Like, but please research whatever you're doing. Don't just, and even for me, even if I tell you, like, don't believe me. Research it. Like, question everything. You know what I mean? Like, definitely beyond within like the last 5 or 6 years, like, I question everything unless I can see it, taste it, smell it, feel it. I don't. I'm gonna question it. You know what I mean? So I honestly, I mean, I know it's a shot. I know it's GLP-1 is one of the satiating, like, hormones, and it helps people lose weight, like, synthetically, but you're losing your muscle, you're not losing, fat. And it doesn't sit right with me, you know what I mean? Like, so anything that, like, gets weight off that fast, that weight's going to come on that fast, because
Exactly.
you're losing muscle, and I just, nah.
No. And I think that last part of it too, where it said it's celebrity endorsed, sometimes we only focus on that part, right? And maybe not you, but the majority of the population is like, oh, if somebody I know, like, and trust is promoting it, it must be safe. So let's first of all understand insulin, because I really, when Danny and I were having conversations about putting this presentation together, I was like, honestly, Danny, when I think of insulin, I think of diabetes. I think it doesn't concern me because my insulin isn't out of whack. I'm not understanding how insulin acts in my weight loss goals, in my, appetite, in all of those things. So teach us a bit about insulin, just a couple minutes of like what people don't know about insulin. And guys, feel free on any of these slides, just take a screenshot, click your camera, do whatever you need to do. Get this information. Like, we're not going to talk. We're not those kind of people that read from the slide. Danny and I are not those people. So if you want the information,
I can't see the slide. Oh.
So yeah, talk a bit about insulin and what you know.
So, I mean, again, like I pulled, like last time I pulled up because I don't want to speak wrong. But insulin interacts with our hormones like leptin and ghrelin, the hormone that controls hunger and fullness. And when insulin is constantly elevated, fat storage increases and fat burning shuts down. So, when you're eating wrong, which we'll go into later, but, when you're eating correctly, like all of that is balanced. When you have some insulin resistance issues, your insulin is spiked and, it's storing the fat. And, it causes all kinds of different diseases to the body. Insulin plays a huge part on health and wellness on your body. I did not realize how important, like, regulated, insulin is. Like insulin, we talk about insulin resistance, insulin sensitivity. I had no clue that insulin, even for non-diabetic, you know what I mean? Like, um, it's absolutely mind blowing of the information that I'm learning. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because even when I was at my fittest, even before kids, there would be times where if I didn't eat at a certain time, and I was training pretty hard, right? And so I know now what I know, and like probably my insulin levels were off, but I wasn't thinking that way, right? It's like, oh, I can go as long as I can go without food, and I'm just feeling like I'm going to faint because that's just normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so really, guys, understanding that this is a controllable hormone inside of your body that you don't have to seek necessarily unhealthy alternatives to. We just want you to really understand that. But we are going to go into the GLP-1 craze and really talk about this. And, I can just say from a personal standpoint, as a woman who watches TV sometimes and sees women and sees them in the movies and sees these stars or these people, and it's just so common now. It's like everybody knows someone who's on one of these shots.
Yeah.
Right. And so for me, as a normal person, my biggest fear is needles. My biggest fear is negative. I've always been a healthy, conscious person, so I don't want to have the side effects. And one of my biggest things, because we're all like vanity matters, right? It mattered to me starting in my 20s, having that sunken face and having, is it worth losing the weight if the side effects could be literally looking like you've aged 10 years over a few months? And people don't realize that. They're so hungry just for that quick result that they just do it. But the reason these are so popular is we're just looking to them to get that result, because so many women get frustrated, especially once they hit their 40s, and they're like, I'm working out, I'm eating right, I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing. How come the same workouts that I did in my 30s aren't working now? Right. I don't have that same body. I'm gaining weight. I'm not able to lose it. Like they're losing their minds. And so that's what allows us to then go seek something that we know isn't necessarily good for us and doesn't quite make sense yet, but they're doing it anyways, right? And media and the trends, they're pushing us, guys. And we're not saying you're doing anything wrong. If you've done it, you're doing it, you've considered it, anything like that. My finger's been on that button 1 or 2 times as well. And you just need to really question, okay, is there other alternatives? And Danny's going to share something with you coming up here. This is her whole, philosophy in eating.
Yeah.
Even if you're on the shots, getting off the shots, considering the shots, what if you just implemented this way of eating? This is just a full value presentation, guys. When she shared this, I'm like, so many women and men need to know this. So we're going to go into that part of it here. Let me just hit. So Danny is going to talk now, guys, about what she has learned about how to actually eat for those natural GLP-1 effects. Danny, blow our minds with everything that you've been studying.
So, I mean, and what I am definitely, it's there's metabolic dysfunction, and there's different signals that insulin has plays a huge part in, and the four hunger hormones, like, what do we got? Leptin, the leptin, ghrelin, and the PYY and the GLP-1. When you're doing that GLP-1 shot, you're only hitting that one hormone. Okay, so you've reduced hunger, you've reduced like the food noise and all that stuff, but you haven't you're only hitting a symptom, and you're not fixing the problem. What is the problem? Oh, well, the problem I'm fat, the problem I'm what no, you're not. I mean, you might be overweight, but it's not about just losing weight. It's because that, like I said, that is just the symptom. What the problem is the metabolic dysfunction.
Mhm.
And how do you create a better, like, I don't know, kind of like regulate that, or reverse some things, because you can reverse. And I'm not a doctor. I'm listening to doctors. So I'm just saying what the doctors say that are, writing these books, and that I'm learning from. You can reduce, or reverse, those things. And they've got studies where people are reducing, obviously type 2 diabetes, reducing Alzheimer's, reducing, inflammation, period. You know what I mean? Like, all of these things. And so, basically, it's, by eating, a food order, right?
Mhm.
And it's so funny, like, because I'm more, your phone hears you. I'm telling you, your phone hears you. So I just click on TikTok because I was gonna, like, record something, or do a cap, whatever I was doing. And this guy was talking about food order matters, like he was doing a live, and I was like, "Oh my god." Like, so if one thing is spreading, is this FFP method, is the food order, is the metabolic reset. And I'm so happy that this shit is like kind of blowing up. And I'm glad that we're on the forefront, and I'm glad that we're, kind of getting in there and teaching you guys a little bit more, and able to teach you guys a little bit more, like 101. Like, you know who
Mhm.
I am, like, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm like some random person on TikTok that you can't just inbox me and ask me a specific question. So please ask me a specific question if something doesn't resonate, or if you're confused. Um, but fiber first. So the FFP is fiber, fats, protein, and then, I don't know why they didn't put like FFPC. So,
Yeah,
like, I'm kind of doing
just eating those
FFPC,
damn carbs.
you know, because carbs are actually good. And another thing, like I said, I've been doing it for whatever it was, 4 weeks or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm getting enough calories. Although I don't really have to count calories, but I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like my body is not doing something properly. And so I was like, you know what? I think I need carbs. I need good carbs. So I looked into whole grain carbs, not multigrain. So if something says multigrain, don't get it. If something, says whole grain, look into it. I'm now, like, on this quinoa kick.
Yeah.
And so, when I'm looking at the bag says quinoa. The ingredients, quinoa. I'm good. It's whole
Yeah.
grain, it's just quinoa, so that's where I'm going, that's my carb. So I do my fiber first, typically because I'm, like, at the gym and it's just easy. I carry an avocado with me. I cut the thing in half for breakfast. Well, after my workout, I eat an avocado, half an avocado, so that's your fiber and your fat, okay? And then I eat my egg whites, and I get a little yolk in there, here and there. Like, I probably have in all maybe 2 yolks out of my 6 egg whites. I used to feed my yolks to my dog, and she passed, so I take them out to the birds. So I kind of, give them out there, and every time I'm like, "All right, Justice, throwing out the yolks to the birds."
Yeah.
Um, and now, like, I'm implementing the quinoa. So then I eat my quinoa, which is my carb, right? Just for dinner, I had the other half of my avocado. I had my turkey burgers. I put some Kerrygold butter on, and we talked about that. Like, you don't have that up there, eh? Eh?
Don't, eh? We don't.
I say that even before I am at Canada, Chandler. So everybody who is like watching it for me, Angel is in Canada, so she always says A, and I'm like A. But I have so many friends that say A anyway, and we're not even from Canada. We just say it A. So and I put some Kerrygold butter on that, and which Kerrygold butter is cream and salt. You can get the no salt kind, but again, 2 ingredients, or if you get the other one ingredient. And then I do my quinoa. And this time around, I put a little bit of Kerrygold butter on my quinoa. I put some Celtic salt. Celtic salt is really good. It balances your hormones. And we need salt. And people say, "Oh no, I have to stay away from salt." Well, okay, so if you're passing out or whatever, what's the first thing that they give you? They give you a saline. You know what I mean? Why? So if salt is so bad for you, and this is what the doctor woke me up to, and I know this, we know this, like they give you saline solution. Salt's supposed to be bad. It's high blood pressure. It's this, it's that, it's the other. But then this doctor like kind of broke it down and like kind of gave me that aha moment where it was like, if it's so bad, why do they give you a saline, like saline solution to revive you back?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, again.
Have you ever done that mixture of the salt? Like we talked about the Celtic salt with the organic baking soda into a liter. So you take, so this is here, new info, guys.
Oh!
Where you take a liter of water, so whatever that is for you guys, I think I don't know what a liter is. It's 1,000 milliliters.
What is it? 20 ounces. I think that's this.
Okay, so you take a liter, anyways, and you put a teaspoon of it has to be organic baking soda, which you can just get from Amazon. It has to be the Celtic salt, and you put a teaspoon of each into 1 liter of water. You shake it up. You cut it into 4 parts, and you take 1 cup, like 1 drink, every 2 hours, and it completely cleans out the metals in your body. It cleans out the radiation in your body.
Oh shit!
And, like, you feel it. You feel it in that very first cup. You feel that clarity. I do it at least once a week. And so, but it is. I'm with you. It's like, why have we been told not to eat salt? Does that mean it's good for us?
Exactly. See, that's that. No. See. So okay, so like I think this is a liter. So what'd you say? How much?
Yeah, a liter. So 1 teaspoon of organic baking soda, 1 teaspoon of Celtic salt.
So a teaspoon, and then it's 4
parts. So you just take 4 of the same cup sizes.
Okay.
4 of those cups and drink 1 every 2 hours.
1 every 2 hours. All right. Angel dropped some knowledge. I love it. See?
Yeah. Salt is good.
If you're not learning, if you're not learning, Yeah.
But no, and I want to say before we go in, because we're going to go into, Danny's going to be sharing exactly how she eats, guys. That's what's coming up right now. But I want to share something that Danny, like, we're applying this, and thank you, Brooke. She's going to send me some butter. But she said she's obsessed with avocado and cottage cheese. Me too. Cottage, like, it's like, as a kid, I was like, gross. Now I'm like, yes. But you said to me, because I said to you, it's so strange if I eat like a whole wheat pita, something that's like literally whole wheat. I'm like you. I look at the ingredients. It's like, is it really whole? No, this was whole. But the way my body reacted to it versus like a sourdough bread was just like, what the heck? Like, why am I feeling so bloated, lethargic? Like, why is that what happens from whole wheat? You suggested eat the fiber first. So I am applying what Danny shared with me, and I'm applying it with raspberries, guys. It's like, I feel like I'm eating dessert before lunch.
Okay.
Yes.
So I found out because I had 3 arguments with ChatGPT yesterday. I was in a mood yesterday, and she was pissing me off. And anybody who knows me knows that I've given my name, my ChatGPT a name, and I've given her a voice. And because I'm dyslexic, so I speak it in there, and I go all the way down to the bottom. I push the speak, and she talks to me. Well, come to find out. Like I was like, okay, fiber. Yes, raspberries has fiber, but guess what? It's got sugar, and it counteracts if you eat it first. So I'm like, bitch, what the hell? Like, all right, you and me, like, blah, 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 like I was yelling at her, like she couldn't tell I was yelling because I wasn't like, it wasn't vocal. I mean, right. And I was just like, she was like, well, you're not wrong. I'm like, I know I'm not wrong, bitch. Like, stop lying to me. Like I'm. So so eat raspberries is fiber. However, it's got the fruit, the sugar in it So that is a dessert. So I'm sorry. Forgive
Right.
me for my lies.
Well, and you know what? The funny thing is I started taking a fiber supplement, and that's what we missed last week was you
Yes.
sharing some of your favorite fiber supplements. But I before we even started talking about this, I started taking a fiber supplement every morning. And I've noticed like the way I'm feeling after eating has been really great. So it just clicked for me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been taking a fiber supplement. No wonder I've been feeling better. So now I'm just breaking it up into halves. So my breakfast and my lunch both have the fiber supplement before it, right? So
Okay.
we're gonna follow Danny's method anyways. This
Okay.
is how Danny K eats and some of her fiber options,
Yeah.
and talk about the supplements and all of that stuff, because I love that you're applying and continuing to
Yeah.
learn all of this.
Yeah. So and I just did I did a post today. So when I first before menopause, I was 115, and I know people like, that's not like 115 isn't bad, but also my body fat was way down too. Menopause hit, my body fat went up and my weight went up. My weight went up to 127. Um and people are like, well, that's not bad. No, on a 5 foot frame, 127, like, oh, it's muscle. I did not gain 12 pounds of muscle. No, I did not. So it's like, I've got to get that off. And it's kind of sits in the in the midsection and everything. So I've been trying doing this, doing that. And, the weight would come down, it would go back up. I couldn't keep it off. I could not sustain the weight loss. And so I did a post today. So far, right now, like I went from 127, I'm down to 118 and 3/4, 118 and a half. So I'm like 3 pounds, 3.5 pounds away from the weight that I actually want to be, my pre-menopausal weight.
Right.
Um, and the only thing that I've done, is, well, you and I are doing the 12-3-30, and that was
Perfect.
another, yeah, and that was another thing too, like, so at our age, at that menopause age, um I'm always like, I'm thinking, heavy lifting, which is fine, which is great, because you're building that muscle, you're building the bone density. But then, I'm always thinking, well, I got to run. I got to do Tabatas. I got to run on the treadmill. The Tabatas is 20 seconds fast paced cardio, 10-second rest. And I'm like, so I was like, oh, maybe I need to do that. Well, come to find out, I'm going to say, at our age, the slower cardio is what you need to do. The longer, it, I don't know what the hell word I was going to say resistance, but that's not the word I want. Um, but endurance.
Endurance. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so the endurance, not the hard hitting. Now men can do that, and see, and I've always trained my body as a man because I
Right.
always lift heavy. I didn't have to do cardio. I didn't have to do cardio till I was like 49, 50 years old because of proper nutrition and lifting heavy. I kept my body fat at 10%, 115 pounds. I was good. Didn't need shit.
Mhm.
Um, but through this, I feel better. I don't feel bloated. If I'm eating something on my cheat day, I still follow the fiber first
Right.
pattern, and I'm not tired. I'm not sleepy. I'm not lethargic. I'm not bloated. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm full, and I eat enough bad stuff, to get it through. And I don't want more of the bad stuff. I eat enough to kind of like, hey, this is cool. It's my cheat day. And, a little while later I can eat more.
Days. Your cheat days on social media are always incredible.
I
Like,
know.
I just love watching them. I'm
I
like, here's this girl, and she eats like so great, trains all week. She's sending me pictures of her treadmill all week. And then I see a post from the weekend, and it's like, boom, food. And I'm like, yes. So it's like your inspiration.
Oh, jeez.
Live your life to enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
reward yourself for the hard work that you do. And that's exactly what and I loved last week, guys. If you didn't see last week, she shared about eating at Christmas time and how she ate at Christmas time and like was able to eat certain things in order, and people ate differently. And she was like, hey, I'm not lethargic. I had more chocolate pie. I
Yep.
went back for seconds and I was feeling great, right? And it's like, you're like, hey, this is great. And you're allowed to do that, right?
Yeah.
We're taught that mentally overindulgence in something that we really like is bad for us.
Yeah.
And if we can figure out the ways to make it right, but also have the mentality that, hey, this is okay for me right now. If I can do this 2 days a week rather than 5, and the other 5 I'm really, really good, like, you deserve that. So that's why I love the way that you train and that you educate people, because it's a way people can actually live.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So talk about what you eat.
Yeah. So again, we have to fix the slides. Sorry, Angel. Like, you were the queen of
What did I
slides.
do?
We have to fix it. No, because I was saying that I eat raspberries, right? I don't eat them.
Oh, yes,
yes. I'm taking those out because I don't want to eat that last. I will if I want. I will if I will, but I don't rely on the raspberries anymore because
what did you replace them with?
Avocado. I'm just doing avocado. But I did buy a steamer thingy to like steam broccoli. So I want to get into, do that, a little bit just in case I, kind of get off like kind of get bored of eating the avocado. But it's just, for me, it's all about ease. Like, I don't like cooking. I just want ease. So yes, I do the avocado. But in the morning, and I brought my box. So this is what I do. Heather's tummy fiber. And it's you can get it like in a I don't know, like a bag where it's just like all of it, but I like the individual things so I can take it wherever I want to go. But like I can travel with it. So I just like rip this off, put it my 8 ounces of water, stir it up, drink it down, wait 15 minutes. And then like in the morning, then I drink my coffee. And I'll come to the gym, I'll work out on an empty stomach. And, at the end, after my workout, I have half avocado. I'll eat my egg whites, and now I'm doing my quinoa. I got to get that carb in there because if you're lacking the carb, good carb, if you're lacking that carb, it still is not going to reset your metabolic regulatory systems. It's not going to do that whole insulin sensitivity thing that we're trying to do. It's not going to be horrible. It's not, but it's just not going to be as efficient as it could be. And then I do the later on I do a half avocado with 2 turkey burgers. I put some Kerrygold butter on it, and I do my serving of quinoa.
Tell me, wait a minute. I want to stop you with turkey burgers though. What does that actually look like for you? Like, are you in lettuce wraps? Are you in a bun? What is a turkey burger for you?
It is, I got a glass dish and I put my turkey burgers there and I put it in the microwave and I cook it and I pull it out and I cut it up and I put my Kerrygold butter on. I put it back in to melt the butter a little bit.
So it's literally patty with some butter.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And in a burger.
Now the other thing, like I did this one. Was it last? I think it was last Wednesday. Because I ran out of turkey burgers and whatever, and so I had my eggs and all that stuff, but it was my dinner time, and I was like, shit, oh man, I don't have it. So do you guys have a Five Guys up there?
Yes.
Okay, so Five Guys. Did you know? And I've done this several times, but it was funny because everybody at the gym was like, oh, they do bowls. So like you can get a burger as in a bowl, you know what I mean? Like, so everything without the bun, and it's called a bowl, So I got two burger patties, and it had the cheese on it, whatever. And I did order pickles. I had the side of the pickles and mustard. So mustard's like no calories, whatever. So, but I ate my half avocado. I had my 2 burgers. Then I ate my pickles, and so you don't have to eat as plain. Like, I'm easy, I'm simple, I'm simplistic. If I know it works, I eat to live Monday through Friday. Sunday through Friday. Saturday definitely I live to eat.
Yeah.
Through the week I eat to live. So it's as it wants to be. Everybody's like, how can you eat that the same? Because like I'm so OCD, I'm so like I know how my body feels, I know what's working. I'm just eating the same thing over and over because I don't want to like kick some. Well, what happened? Okay, so I changed that and I changed that and I changed this. Which one made me bloat or which one made me, feel whatever? You know what I mean? So I just, if it's working, don't fix it. Don't reinvent the wheel.
Exactly. And guys, what we're going to do is we're going to have a community where it's like, you might be like, oh, well, Danny, that's too plain for me. I couldn't survive on just that. That's too much for me, or I couldn't do that. We're going to have alternatives for you. There will be access to Danny to be able to say, hey, if I don't want to do this, what would you recommend? Or having like just a guide of maybe like 5 different days or 5 different ways you
Yeah.
can eat. We're going to be bringing that all together for you. I think we need to share the 1233 that we're doing as well, because we need to, have some challenges for people. So guys, for January right now, we're just talking GLP-1 because so many people are into their weight loss resolutions, right? And we know that people are going to those unhealthy sites and they're taking a look at it and they're going, should I, like, is this my only solution for me to actually start to feel like myself again? We know that right now, especially this week, is one of the most depressive weeks in the entire year. People are depressed. They're feeling bad about themselves. They're feeling bad about how they ended the year. They're feeling horrible about where they're at financially and weight wise and all of those things. And we know that so many people have already dropped off of their resolutions, right? So right now, we're just going to bridge that gap. So we just know that what we just told you right now is you can eat better to boost those GLP-1 levels. There are still and always have been very healthy ways to lose weight. You just have to start to figure out your own body and solutions. And a lot of it, guys, is hormonal. Danny and I both talk very publicly on our profiles about hormonal health and how balancing hormones and really understanding what that looks like naturally, homeopathically. It's not by shots. It's not by, going to your doctor for prescriptions, but it's solutions that we found. So the natural method may take longer. We're going to be very transparent about that, right? You're not going to get the 40-pound weight loss in 30
Yeah.
days.
And that's the better thing. You know what I mean? Like you if you get that 40 pounds in 30 days, you're losing muscle. Yeah,
Yes.
and some people are like, "Well, I don't care." Well, but you should care
Yeah.
because, you're losing your muscle. Muscle, you need muscle and you need, bone density. You know what I mean? Like, so if
Mhm.
you're doing this, it's lessening your bones. It's making your bones more frail. You're losing your muscle. And
Mhm.
I always tell people, "Oh yeah, you're going to look great in your casket." That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause it's legit true. Like, I'd rather do something slow, and like for me, like I always tell my clients, and anybody says, "Oh, I got 60 pounds to lose. How fast can I get it off?" Well, you weren't worried about it 3 days ago. Now,
No.
all of a sudden you want it off. I was like, if you would have, 60 pounds, I could get that off in 6 months. 10 pounds, 10 pounds a month. So I could get that off in 6 months. So had you come to me 6 months ago, you weren't worried about it 6 months ago. Now all of a sudden it's a hurry up and get it off. And
Mhm.
then, we're such a what do you call it? Like just this like hurry up and get it
Now.
society.
Yeah.
We want results now. I mean, like remember, well, I don't know if you remember back in the day when they had like TV shows, it would stop at summertime and they would take a break and we had to wait. We had to wait that cliffhanger till the now you can just binge watch it on Netflix.
Yeah.
You
So,
know?
so
So,
true.
I mean, if you want it and you want it to be real and you want it to be healthy and you want to be around, think about the whys of what you're doing. Why are you losing weight? Why do you want to lose weight? You want to look better, feel better, be around for your kids, your grandkids, play with them, go to the graduations. Well, I can guarantee you, if you do something that is like just focused on one hormone, or just focused on just weight loss, who cares what it's doing to the rest of my body? You're not going to be around that much longer, or you're going to be in so much other dis-ease of your body that then you're what you're going to do, you're going to take another synthetic pill or whatever to fix that pain. Like,
Yeah.
why are you doing that to your body? I mean, this is your temple, and God wants you to, like, isn't that in the Bible about like you treat your temple, right? So, if you're not treating your temple, like in good ways and godlike ways and proper ways,
Yeah.
it's not going to be around that much. You're not going to be around that much longer, or you're going to be in a wheelchair. You're going to be in a walker. And I would much rather do everything healthy and slow, than like later on. I mean, I don't have any kids, but I would rather have somebody taking care of me for the last 6 months of my life than the last 6 years of my
Yeah,
life.
exactly. And we talk about that so much. And guys, we have solutions for you in many different categories. When you were talking about bone density and lean muscle mass and all of that, make sure to reach out to us or somebody who's sharing this. If they're sharing this on their own profile, they've got some solutions for you as well. There's so many different things you can be doing things the healthy way, even if you've decided to take the quick route. We want to help you with either getting off of that, or how can we complement that, or how can we help you to lessen the amount that you're taking. I said on that slide we had on there that we have something exciting for you. We have a product that we do market, and this is never a pressure sale thing, but this is something you just heard Danny's expertise and everything that she just shared. And this is something that she shares with her clients, because this is a healthy alternative to those unhealthy shots. This is our healthy shot because it's a liquid shot. You're not injecting yourself,
Right?
but it's giving you very similar results. It's giving you that appetite suppressant, the metabolic, lipotropic, thermogenic. Guys, it's taking your unhealthy visceral fat, turning it into the healthy fat, and then using that for energy. So we say, hey, who doesn't want to use their fat for energy? It's not using your muscle. It's not
Right.
taking away your muscle. You're not losing weight because you're losing muscle mass. You're
Right.
losing weight because you're losing fat.
Yeah.
You're losing weight because your metabolism is higher. Your thermogenesis is up. I like to share, we shared this on the last call, and I'll share this. And then you can talk about why you love TriMLT so much, Danny. But a different Danny, a male Danny, was sitting beside me in Florida the very first time we got to try TriMLT. The company was just launching it. We took our shots, and it was like 10 minutes later, and he's bald, completely bald. And he's like, Angel, put your hand over my head right now. And I put my hand over his head. I could feel the heat coming out of his head. Like the thermogenesis and the metabolic burn was already happening within 10 minutes. You feel this product.
Yeah.
And we've had incredible testimonials, and we'll share them on the next slide. And Danny, did we take out I thought we had the weight loss slide. I thought it was,
Mm. I
but
don't know. I can't remember.
no, I'll put it in for next time, because
Okay.
I didn't actually put it into our presentation. But we've got testimonials we'll share with you. But Danny, why do you love the TriMLT and promote it? Like, decided to put your brand behind this
Yeah.
product?
So, I mean, it stopped cravings. It curves the appetite. And one thing I had to watch when I took it, because certain calories that I do need to eat, and it would make me not want to eat because but I need to eat because I'm lifting, and I need to eat. So I had to figure out the right time when to take it for me and my activities and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, I have one of my customers turned into the business side of it because the TriMLT. She was like, I was on it for a week, and like I was forgetting to eat. I was not, and it was Christmas time. She's like, I literally didn't gain weight through Christmas. She's like, and I was trying to be good because I'm working out and I'm trying to be good, and she is diabetic. But she was doing the TriMLT. You do it 5 days on, 2 days off, and she's losing weight. The cravings are gone. She's her appetite. I mean, she's eating obviously. I mean, she does. It's not that it took her appetite completely away, but it curbed the cravings. And um, so through the holidays, she didn't gain weight. She goes, I always gain weight. She goes, I didn't purposely not eat anything bad, but I did eat. I watched what I ate because of my workout, routines and stuff like that. But she didn't gain weight, and she usually gains about 10 pounds through the holidays. And there was another lady that, she's like, she took it the first time, and she felt like it curbed her cravings. She didn't feel bloated. Like, some people feel certain things immediate. It depends on everybody's system. And it's absolutely amazing of what it does. And like you said, like the GLP-1, that works on one of those hormones. The tri
Mm-hmm.
MLT, try baby, try, that's three. So it's the leptin, ghrelin, and PYY. And these are all these hunger hormones, the fullness, the satiation of of everything. And it's all natural, and it works together to balance those hormones. So then, on top of eating fiber, fats, protein, carbs,
Yeah.
with that, I mean, you're going to be blowing your hormones minds going like, okay, and you're going to regulate yourself even that much faster.
Yeah.
Eating the way, the fiber, the metabolic reset eating, and this on top of, you're going to lose weight, you're going to
Oh,
lose weight properly, you're going to feel better, you're going to be regulating your insulin levels, I mean, to get them from insulin resistance to insulin sensitivity. You
yeah.
don't have to be a diabetic to be insulin resistant. If you're overweight, if you're in aches and pains, if you have any kind of disease to your body, if did I say inflammation, yeah, if you're overweight, inflammation, disease, onset of Alzheimer's, onset of, pre-diabetic, your doctor's watching the blood pressure or your cholesterol, you're in insulin resistance. I'm telling you, if you start doing the right eating, with the right hormonal balancing supplementation, not the synthetic, not the just the one, focus on the one, you're going to reverse those diseases to your body. I
Yeah.
can, yeah.
I love that. And there's so many things that you said that like triggered things for me too. Guys, the sugar cravings that a lot of people have, they are eliminated with TriMLT. Okay. We hear that all the time. I'm not craving sugar. I have a sugar tooth. I'm not even
Yep.
thinking about sugar. So if that's an issue for you, you need this product. For women, especially men, I mean, men care about their testosterone, their weight, and their libido. Men, of course, lose weight faster than we do. Women, I'm sorry, it just happens. And they have great results on the TriMLT. For women, what we notice though is for those people who, hit their 40s and they're working out and they're eating great and the weight is just there, they're starting to say, oh my gosh, finally the weight's coming off.
Yeah.
Finally, a couple of pounds here. Next week, a couple of pounds. Next week, a couple of pounds. What if you could be like what Danny says, and those 60 pounds are gone in 6 months with a product? It is incredible, guys. And I actually, when you were saying about your friend with Christmas time, I will be completely honest with you, and this is no lie. I love food as well. And when it's Christmas time, there's no holds barred. There is no chance I'm taking my TriMLT on Christmas because I want to be able to eat everything. And if I take a TriMLT and my plate's full and I'm like, I don't even want to eat this whole thing.
Right.
And I'm upset. Right. So it gives you that opportunity to have control so that if you are going out to actually enjoy food, if it's not an addiction, if it's not something that you're wallowing in and you just want to go out and be like, I'm eating the chocolate pudding pie or whatever you said last week.
Yep.
And all of those things, right? The turkey, the potatoes, if you want to eat it all, don't take your TriMLT that day. That's okay.
But eat fiber first.
But eat fiber first. And that's what Danny taught us today. So there's a package right now, guys. Tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow's the 16th. We have a package on the TriMLT. These are so affordable. We didn't even talk about that. The TriMLT alone runs you about $100 a month. GLP-1 injections are running you at least $350 plus.
At least.
Okay. So that. Then you see the box of MLT. MLT is TriMLT's bigger sister. She's been around for a little bit longer. She's a powder. She's just the MLT version, but she gets you through the rest of the day to keep that going. It's a powder in your drink. I drink it all day. It's great hydration. For some people, great for a pre-workout. It gives you that little boost of energy, that whole thing going on. So those two paired together are a secret weapon in weight loss that nobody even knows about yet. They're 30% off, packaged in a deal together. And if you want to know about that before, it really will go away tomorrow, guys. We're not saying that it will be gone tomorrow at midnight. So if you want that deal and you want the power of a Danny K behind you, helping you with your weight loss goals, or anybody watching this on my page, Danny's page, anybody's page where you're watching this, just ask them for more information on that deal, because honestly, the reason we share this is because it works. We're both two women that will not promote something that doesn't work. We've got other products. We talk about the Somaderm all the time. If you're a woman 40 plus and this is not in your hands, we got to talk, because it is a game changer in your own health as well, to help with the long-term substantial. And I shared this last time. I'm going to share it again, Danny, and then I'll let you close out. I was sharing the Somaderm with somebody, and this is our transdermal homeopathic HGH gel, guys. It's so natural, and everything about it is just incredible. The ingredients and how they're formulated and put together, it's mind-blowing. But I had somebody questioning me on every single ingredient and contradictions that were possible. And I'm like, well, there is no contradictions. I'm like, what is it really that you're, comparing it to? Like, I'm not quite sure where the confusion is coming in. And she said, well, I'm on Ozempic and I want to make sure it's not going to contradict. And I'm like, you're questioning me on my homeopathic product, but you're on Ozempic. Like, this is where we got to change our mindsets, guys. We want to help you with getting into a healthy mindset. We've all been there. We've all been in that place where you're like choosing one or the other, and you're going, I know this one isn't as good for me, but I'll get it faster. But if I did it this way, I could get it. I could still get the same result, but be healthier. And that's what we want to offer you the options to. So Danny, take us home and, share, do the call to action for your people too with this deal, because they got to get it through you. They got to, definitely get on this kit.
So I mean, and I've got so many people coming into the gym going, I'm doing fiber first and I feel great.
Okay.
So I mean, and it's, so I was just like, I'm like, that's so awesome. But yeah, I mean, guys, it's all in all, at the end of the day, you want to be, everybody is trying to do something, whether you're doing the shots, whether you're doing, the fiber first, whether you're doing the tri-MLT, you're exercising, walking, lifting weights, whatever. At the end of the day, everybody's doing it for the end result of losing weight, feeling better, looking better. But do the research. Do the research. Do the looks of the before and afters of people on those shots. Talk to people that have been on those shots, got off those shots. I had one of my friends. She said that she wanted to watch the live, but she'll have to watch it on the replay. Because she was working or something, I don't know. But she did the GLP-1 and she got off and she's like, weight's coming back. I'm hungry. Da, la, 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 la. Right? Why? Because you didn't fix the problem. You just hit one of the symptoms and you didn't fix the problem. Let's fix the problem. Doing the shot and not fixing the problem is like putting, your check engine light coming on and you put a piece of tape over the check engine light. Did you don't see the check engine light? You didn't fix the problem though.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the light staring at you the whole time now, but you didn't fix the problem. You know what I mean? It's like mopping the floor, after like all this water is on the floor, mopping the floor and the sink is still running. The faucet's still running, the sink is overflowing. You're just fixing you're hitting a solution, or a problem. You're not fixing the solution. You got to turn the spigot off. I said spigot. I did say spigot. Shut the hell up. People laugh at me. It's like, it's a faucet. No, it's a spigot. Where I come from, my mom called it a spigot.
Even in the kitchen?
Even in the kitchen.
Is this a spigot? For me is outside. Like that's the outside tap. And then the inside tap.
If it's got water that flows out of it, it's a spigot or a hose, But yeah, you turn the spigot off and drain the water and mop up the floor. Like, fix the problem, y'all. And this is what we want to do. This is what we're doing. We're trying to get to you, and because we have so many friends and so many people. I have so many, like that are on these shots, trying to do these quick things, quick fix things. And we just want you, we come together with this, and we just want to help you healthily. So eat the fiber first, pay attention to what, like I said, the tri-MLT is hitting 3 hormones. It's probably hitting the GLP-1 too, but we're not even, kind of like focusing in on that one because we've got the other 3 locked down. I personally am in this industry because my background is anorexic and bulimic, and nutrition is like the biggest thing for me. I'm also like wouldn't say I'm an alcoholic, but I have an alcohol problem from back when I was younger. But so I'm all of the icks, right? Alcoholic, bulimic, dyslexic, anorexic. I'm all the icks, right? But nutrition is what got me into this field, and that's why I'm so passionate about nutrition and passionate about trying to just keep learning and learning new things to help all of my clients, to help everybody that I can actually reach out and touch. Fiber first, do the things that are healthy. The tri-MLT, obviously, I put it in my body. I wouldn't put it in my body if I didn't believe it and trust in it. I wouldn't give it to my clients. My clients are seeing results on that, and the mixture of, I mean, it's like it's actually a 1, 2, 3 punch. The fiber, the gel, the tri-MLT, You know, you're balancing things, you're resetting your metabolic regulatory systems, you're doing it all natural, you're doing it healthily, you're doing it homeopathically. And yes, it's going to take some time, but again, you weren't worried about your weight 6 months ago. You weren't worried about your aches and pains 6 months ago. You know, you weren't worried about whatever you're, you know, bitching about right now. You weren't worried about that 6 months ago. So
Right.
give us, you know, 30, 60, 90, you know, days, 5 months, whatever, and just give health a try.
Yeah. Now to summer for the new year. Can you imagine? Or for the new you in the new year. Can you imagine? Like, can you imagine? Because right now, if you're not doing anything or you're looking at some really unhealthy things, then what if you find yourself 6 months from now? Okay, you've lost weight, but you're feeling horrible. You're looking horrible. You're like, oh no, what have I done? Right? That's what we want to have conversations.
Yeah,
Reach out to us, guys. We're going to end this stream. We've been here an hour with you guys. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you, Danny, so much for the
thank you.
value that you provide to this marketplace. And we'll be back next week, same time. But this deal is not going to be here next week, guys.
Nope,
If you want that, and we're not lying, it's not going to show up on the slide next week.
nope,
It will be gone.
yep,
So
yep.
definitely grab it while you can before tomorrow. Love you, Danny. Love you guys. Thank you, Brooke, and
See ya.
everybody.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys later.
Love you.